conversational, which meant that he had good eye contact and everything, and he spoke clearly. Even though he did have to use the mic, he wanted to make sure everybody in the back could hear him. Something that he did that I thought was interesting was that he would black out his PowerPoint so that everybody would listen to what he was saying and not be looking at the whole big list that was on the PowerPoint, which I thought was quite impressive. He was receptive to audience questions, and when the audience seemed to get off topic, he would always bring them back in with humor, which was really, really impressive. I enjoyed him as a speaker. That's all I got.
So the people that went to the seminar were taking notes on what Greg Stanley was saying to improve the management of their office. Throughout the seminar, Greg Stanley got the audience to participate by giving them a test. The test was during the seminar based on things he went over. He asked questions, and everyone would write down their answers. So another way Greg Stanley got audience participation was he had a question and answer throughout the seminar. He would stop every now and then to see if anyone had a question about how to better manage the front desk of their office. If someone else in the audience knew the answer, they could raise their hand. Someone would come around with a microphone, and they could respond to the question that was asked. And the last way he got the audience's participation was he asked someone to go up front with him and pretend to be giving a tour of their dental office to a potential client so everyone could see what should take place during the tour. And why the tour is important for potential clients or teams. While on the tour, Greg Stanley would stop and ask participant questions. For instance, during the tour, the participant was showing him around and he was pretending to look at something she was showing him. While his back was turned to her, she continued talking to him. He stopped her to tell her that the potential patient wasn't listening to her because he was thinking about what was originally said, so he didn't have time to go back to what she was saying at that point. And so he was explaining how to better the process of more original things office that they're going to. So some ways to know when to stop talking during the tour is when the client's eyes are glazed over and when the person's back is to you. Greg Stanley would give other types of advice on how to make the tour better. Then you would ask the audience to do the same.
Okay, cool. So some of the things we accomplished are some of the techniques and methods that Greg Stanley incorporated into his seminars. And then we talked about some of the examples that he does to get the audience engaged and to be able to help them retain what he just taught. So today what I want to talk about in covering my portion of the speech is really the meat of what the seminar was. And he talks about 12 steps for the front end staff to help them be able to bring in a new patient, tour the new patient, and close the new patient so that they can essentially get more money and get a new patient. So I'm going to list out the steps and talk a little bit about them in chronological order. Lori Heidi, do you want to be the writer?
Yeah.
So the first point, one of the most important one, is the initial phone call. Can you write that down? Cool. So Greg Stanley, when he talks about what the first phone call or the initial phone call is supposed to cover, it's supposed to essentially be the first visit. You want to get to know that person, who they are, what they're coming to see you for, even maybe some of the things that they like. So you can already create a relationship with them. So the first time that they come in is actually the second visit. Let's see. He gives examples of things that he says on the phone or what he wants his front end staff to say on the phone. Let's say maybe, tell me what hurts, why does it hurt, what happened, why do you think it hurts, whatever. Just things that get them talking, not very close-ended questions, but open-ended questions, so they get to talk about themselves. A step to the 12 steps is the new patient tour. And this is one of the most important things that needs to be handled correctly or you can blow the whole sale. He talks about, let's see, what this tour accomplishes is being able to accomplish future objections. So when you're touring this patient around the dental office, you want to get to know who they are, just things that you learned in the initial phone call, what they're looking for, overcoming objections as in, is this something that your spouse will want to do as well? How are you going to be taking care of this financially? Have you ever been to a dental office before this? So you want to be able to accomplish things like that so you don't have to accomplish them when they're sitting in the chair when you're giving the rest of your presentation. You want to cover all of these sales terrorists, like he calls them, on the tour. So let's put overcome sales terrorists. Yeah. The fourth step is seating the patient. So after you're done with the tour, you get them all seated in their chair comfortably at your desk. Not a huge step, but very important or necessary. You can't just have them standing around. Seating first. Did she spell it wrong? That's how I would have spelled it.
No, she was, I think, seeing.
Oh, seeing. Seating the patient. Got it. The fifth one is embedding urgency. Almost anybody in sales, whether you're doing dental, gym sales for myself, Kim, you talked about that you were a salesperson before you were a teacher. You want that person to buy today. Not to go home and talk about it with their wife and buy maybe a month and a half later, but you want them to buy today. Embedding urgency. Yes.
No, urgency. It's the English major.
We'll actually fix it, because that was what you did. There we go. Thank you. Cool, so embedding urgency. And then can you put a little caveat to the side, almost always a problem? Actually, just put always a problem. And then the other thing I'd like you to put is you want them to buy today. Sixth topic is introducing the doctor. So before introducing, talk up your boss, talk up the doctor, like he's going to stage dive into the crowd. That's it. You want this guy to be a rock star in the eyes.
That's what he said, he's a rock star.
And you put quotes, stage dive, rock star. Perfect. The next step, so step number 7, is the doctor meet and greet. So after you just talked up this doctor being the rock star that he is, you want that doctor to talk to him for about 2 minutes. Maybe tell him a funny joke, get to know what that patient wants from the doctor or the dentist. Something else that Greg Stanley says is that the dentist is usually the one who blows it.
Oh, that's sad.
I know, it is really sad. Like the dentist comes in there and in his eyes he is a rock star. And so he thinks he's the biggest deal in the world. And so he comes in there and he takes over the whole thing and he brings the sale. That dentist is not a salesperson. That dentist is a dentist. He fixes teeth and he knows all of the little things that need to go into his mouth, how to close a sale. So he needs to get in and out of there in 2 minutes, tell a funny joke so that the patient likes him, and he's out of there. The next step, so step number 8 is the doctor examination. Cool. So Greg Stanley states that you want the the patient to be asking questions. And don't cut that patient off when he's talking. You ask the question, and you do whatever you got to do to keep quiet so that patient can get everything out that he wants to. You fold your arms, you cross your hands, zip your lips so you don't talk, because you want him to say everything that's going on in his head so you know exactly what you need to fix. He talks about it like a glacier. You see the top of the iceberg, right? But really, what's under the ocean is a huge, massive piece of ice. That's what you don't see, and that's what you want the patient to tell you what's going on. So all that hidden things that you don't see, you want to know all of that before you give your pitch, essentially. So you know how to personalize that pitch to them. Let's see, what's the 8? Can you put under that, let patient, let's see, ask question, and then zip your lip. Check the time. Cool. So the last, or excuse me, not the last step, the 9th step, we're getting close to the end, is treatment plan presentation. You don't want that patient to think that they need to come here for several visits, twice a month. You want them to think they're going to be coming maybe once every 4 months, once every 6 months. So you're not scaring the patient out of your office, but you do want to implement urgency so that they need to be there and get it fixed right away, but that it's not too bad that they're going to get scared away from you. The 10th step is the assistant close. What this is as the salesperson, if you can't close it yourself, you turn over. So you go, let's see if financial is usually the problem with dentistry. People, they usually trust the dentist. They know that he's got an education, that he knows that he can fix whatever's going on in their mouth or whatever. But usually finance is the problem. So usually what you'll do here with the assistant close is if the price is too high or they don't take their insurance, you don't want that person to walk out. You want to sound like you're on their side. You want to possibly state as is, I've got to know you on the tour, and I really think that you would fit in great here at our practice. Let me go see if we can go talk to the dentist or go talk to whoever's in charge, your manager, or whatever it may be, and see if we can give you a discounted price, or if we can give you something complimentary if you join today. So let's put turnover. And he goes into more detail how to properly turn over. I don't have enough time to do that today. Let's look to turnover. The 11th step is the financial arrangement. So figure out how they're going to be paying for it, if their insurance is going to cover it, if they're going to need to pay out of pocket. Talk to them about certain financial payment plans that they can do so it doesn't hit them like a truck all at once. And then step number 12 is schedule the patient. So make sure that they're in your books. Get a solid appointment. You can even set a tentative appointment, but you want an appointment so you don't have to keep calling them for them to come in. You want them in your schedule book so when you call, you have a reason to call because you're reminding them of their appointment. So these are the 12 steps that he wanted the front end staff to know so they can properly begin knowing who a patient is, take them on the tour, sit them down, introduce to the doctor, and close them. So from step 1 to the last step, he wanted them to know how to do it. So let's go through those 12 steps one more time. Initial phone call, the staff meet and greet, the new patient tour, seating the patient, embedding urgency, introducing the doctor meet and greet, the doctor examination, treatment plan presentation, assistant close turnover, financial arrangement, schedule the patient. Is there anything else you guys like to add before we wrap this thing up? No? Okay, cool. So just to cover what we talked about today, talked about who Greg Stanley was and some of the methods and techniques that he used in his speech, the examples that he did, how he talked about asking the audience questions, taking them on a tour, role-playing it, testing them throughout it, and then sending those results to the doctor or the front end staff that's there. And then what I covered today was the 12 steps that he taught that front end staff today. So that's our presentation. I hope you liked it.